Hi everyone. I wanted to come on this afternoon and show you how to make these fun little paper tassels that can go on your paper clips. They could also be put onto a purse charm or anything like that, but they're a tassel made out of paper. They're a lot of fun, and paper clip wise it's real fun to clip them into a book right along the edge of your book. It's a lot of fun having them hang there. So I thought I'd just come on today and show you how to do that. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to tell you that there's a surprise somewhere in this video. I'm kind of not sure exactly where it'll be. So you want to listen carefully and follow the instructions for the surprise. You're going to need a few things. Now, you're going to need some paper, and you want to use paper that has a small enough print and enough contrast that when you do your tassel, it looks fun and cute. I happen to like wallpaper. The reason I like it is because it's got sort of a vinyl coating on one side, but you could do this with scrapbook paper. You could do it with painty paper. I picked out some of the designs that I thought might look good, so give you an idea of the size of the design. And you're going to need a 3-inch by about 9-inch piece of paper. We're going to need a few things like some wire cutters, some jeweler's pliers. You're going to need a few of these little spacers. You're only going to need one, but just so you know, I did put some of these in my little boutique group on Facebook. You're going to need some large seed beads, and this is a size 6 seed bead, and they're pretty good sized. And they can either match your paper or match something else. I'm going to use a silver one, a couple of silver ones. I used this fun, inexpensive bling trim. Now, I must not have gotten this at the Dollar Tree because it was $1.50. So I'm not sure. Maybe I got it at Hobby Lobby. Not sure. But you can get this at Dollar Tree. So then I'm going to use a head pin. And a head pin, oh, plus we'll need a paper clip and scissors, that kind of thing. A head pin has a little flat end on it. I don't know if you can see it. See right there, there's a little flat end on this thing. Okay, now, if you don't have a head pin, you could take a piece of wire and put a nice bend in this piece of wire, like so. Okay, and use a piece of wire. So you could use either the head pin or the piece of wire, but I'm going to use a head pin. Now, the first thing you want to do with your piece of paper is to cut it. And I'm going to turn it over just so you can see it a little bit better. Then I'll turn it back. But I'm just going to cut about 2 inches up. I'm going to cut to right there. I find it easier to cut from the white side just because I can see what I'm cutting. I want them about 1/8 of an inch. If you cut up a little high, it's not a big deal. If you cut crooked, it's not horribly a big deal either, but we want roughly 1/8 of an inch. It is easier for me, however, to cut this way. I should have started at the other end. This is the most time-consuming part of this whole thing, is trimming this paper. I'm starting to get it a little high, so you want to watch yourself. Don't cut up too far. You want to leave about 1 inch at the top. Sorry, I know this part is kind of boring. Don't get your strips too thin. Remember that this is paper, and you know it could tear. That's one of the reasons why I like the wallpaper samples. They work very nicely for this kind of thing. We're almost there. Okay, now then, we're going to turn this over. We're going to take our head pin and we're going to put one of these seed beads on that head pin. And the reason for that is it helps the pin to have something when it goes up inside of here. First off, it'll push these open, but also it keeps the head pin from pulling out. So we've got that laying there, and we're going to start rolling it. And we're just gonna fold it over a couple of times. It's easier if you go ahead and get the beginning part rolled up a little bit before you put on glue. It kind of tells the paper what you're going to do to it. Makes it behave a little bit better. See, it's starting to curl. Then we're going to take our tacky glue. And you definitely want to use tacky glue if you use wallpaper. And that does not want to come out. It's about empty. And we're just going to put a little tacky glue on here. Can you see? Yeah. Okay. Wanted to make sure I hadn't pulled myself out of the frame. Okay. Now we're going to start, and we're going to tuck this head pin and this bead in. And I don't try to get it right up at the top. I just set it in there, bring it into the fold of my first little roll, and then I start rolling it up. And this is why pre-rolling it helped, because now it's kind of already made itself know that it has to roll up. And then I start rolling it up. Now, once that starts, then I take hold of my head pin and I pull it up there, because we don't want to wait too long and have it glued in place. And for some reason today I have glue all over my fingers. So okay, so we have this all rolled up nice and cute. Sorry. Ugh. It's really bad today. Okay, and see, when I pull on the head pin, it doesn't come undone. So at this stage of the game, I take one of my little daisy spacers and I slip it on to the head pin. And I take another seed bead and I sit it on the top just to make it cute. It's just all about making that cute. And I take hold of the head pin with my pliers about the width of the pliers away, and I bend it at a right angle. See here, it's at a right angle. Okay, then I have to put my pliers back in there. Then I take this head pin and I go back around the pliers and I pull it all the way around. Let me take it out of there for you. And now I have a loop. See the little loop? Put the pliers back in. And I take this and I wrap it around. Taking it down towards the bead. Okay? Once I get it around there, I have this little piece, this little extra piece. We want to cut it off. And you always want to hold on to that wire when you cut it off, because if you don't, it can fly. It's amazing how far it can fly. And throw it away right away, because it can fall on the floor and then it'll be in your foot. We don't want that. And then I just take my pliers and adjust that wire till it's nice and snug in there. Okay? And we have one more thing we want to do. We want to take a little bit of this fancy trim and put it around here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off this piece of paper. This is self-stick, and I don't trust the self-stick part. So I'm just going to go around here, find out how far I need. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 little blingy things. Then I'm going to put a little tacky glue right here. Come on. And that way when I peel this off of here, that self-stick stuff doesn't necessarily have to hold everything. I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around. The other end needed a little tiny tidbit of glue. Come on. For some reason my tacky glue has decided it doesn't want to come out of this bottle either. There we go. Let's lay it down. Okay. And we got one more piece. And I want to get a little bit of glue on it too. Okay. Now, what I want to do to make it fluff up is just put my finger down the middle of it. And now I have a nice fluffy tassel made out of some cute paper. And now we just have to finish it up by putting our paper clip on it. But while I clean my fingers off, I'm going to tell you about the surprise. If you comment down in the comments below and you're subscribed to my channel, you will be entered into a drawing for one of these tassels. It's just a little thing, but I thought it would be fun. Now, you want to tell me that you'd like to win the tassel, and you want to tell me which one you would like. The one with the stripes or the one with the fluffies. I mean, this is like plaid or floral. That's what we'll say. Plaid or floral. So this is plaid and that's floral. Now I'm going to show you how to finish up. Behave yourself, sticky stuff. There we go. I'm going to show you how to finish up and put it on the paper clip. The first thing you want to do with your paper clip is, if we were to just put this on right now, the paper, it would come off the paper clip. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the end of our paper clip and we're going to bend it all the way around and make a little circle. You see like that? Okay. Then on the other end, while it's still straight, we're going to put on our little tassel. And then we're going to take hold of the other end and turn it into a little circle. Okay. Now then, this one needs a little more fluffy. There we go. Now, aren't those fun? Aren't they cute? Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And now I'm going to read you a quote from my 1001 Ways to Creativity. Use word associations to unlock your subconscious. Write a subject and then think of the first word that you associate with that subject. Then think of what you associate with that word, and so on. Okay, that's interesting. I hope you all have a great afternoon. Have fun. Go make some art. Bye-bye.